our distinguished guests, our sponsors, and everyone who is in this august occasion, I greet you all in the name of Stanger CMC. Hello, everybody. Good. I have to start, even now we are waiting for about these things. I'm not used to these things. Colleagues, I must introduce myself. I am DN Tembu. In your program there, today I'm the Master of Ceremonies. You might have seen me somewhere being the program director, but today I'm the Master of Ceremonies. So don't make a mistake. I must also indicate that we are in this launch, particularly in the era of the fourth industrial revolution. I'm not going to use that paper that was given to you. And I wish also you could not do so. Did you bring your cell phones or smartphones or your tablets whatsoever so that you can scan that program and do away with that paper to save the environment? Can we do that now? I'm the Master of Ceremony. Be as it may, I am comfortable to indicate that in our midst we do have our district director. He will be introduced formally. We do have Mr. Kuzayo.
They are going to join us today. That's why I'm saying it. I'm greeting you with your team because they are going to join us, although we greet them in absentia. We also extend our greetings to our counterparts, the delegation from iWhiz, and also the delegation from TITA. We greet you, guys. We also want to greet our principals. Going along with our learners, we greet you in this ceremony. Program Director, you are directing me to welcome, introduce everybody who is here. On behalf of the principals, let me say, on behalf of Stanger Circuit Management principals, not principals of schools, but now principals of Stanger Circuit Management Center, principals of CMC, because we are part of management in that circuit center. On behalf of you principals, on behalf of my colleagues, circuit managers, we want to welcome you. First and foremost, we want to welcome our learners, grade 12 learners, representing their peers here. Please pay your fullest attention to whatever that is going to be presented here. It's all about you. Pay your full attention to it. We are going to give you tablets today to assist you prepare for your examination papers. Please go back and share with your peers. Use these tablets in your learning cells, covering all grades from grade R to grade 12. We are giving you the platform to address us today. Your presentations will find relevant people because we are that masterful group of people who have supreme confidence in managing quality learning and quality life. We pledge our joint effort with you to achieve your aims to revolutionize education in South Africa. We are proud that we are chosen by yourselves to have this new power right on our fingers. Indeed, as you have indicated, Chairperson, things have changed now. Things have changed, like it or not, resistance or not. We are in a fourth industrial revolution. That's why we are saying we are joining you, our counterpart, to revolutionize this education, because we are there and no turning back. And we are quite aware, or we are mindful that we are now teaching the 21st century generation. In a minute, they will master. It is in their blood. It is in their hands. They value visual and interactive communication with quick and easy access to information. We are ready and prepared to travel with you in this journey to revolutionize the education in South Africa. No, even those who are high achievers, they are at risk. To high achievers or to those gifted learners, if you don't change your strategies, you'll bore that learner. So that learner is at risk. That's why now we are saying, at this point in time, at a very short space of time, let's use now these tablets, let's change the approach. You'll see we will be responding to those who are high achievers, who were bored of a traditional way. Since January, I've been with the teacher telling me one thing. Now, let's give them, or let's put teachers in their pocket. When we had meeting with iWhiz, Jen, you said you also uploaded question papers in these tablets. They are there, different content, previous papers, they are there. So we are responding to this point number 3.
Behind iWhiz. iWhiz has in it the entire matric curriculum. That's the project that we're dealing with. And in that are all the lessons, all the textbooks, the workbooks, the exam preparation that is taught. So the past paper is discussed, not just given to you as a paper. That's all you need. And come to school and use every teacher that you can to be the nurturer of your learning. That teacher sitting there can leave you out on the ground with your tablets to study, and you can go into the teacher in small groups and be able to discuss and do the workshops that is there. So it calls for some reorganization. It calls for some thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, when you walk away from here, you can do 2 things. You can forget that this meeting happened. You can take the tablets away with you, keep it in your office, and do nothing about it. Or you can take the tablets with you and choose to be a strategic leader who's committed to make a difference in our country, who will give the learners this opportunity to grow and to utilize these tools of learning in their classrooms. And if you choose to do the latter, we commit as iWhiz to give you every ounce of support that you would need. I will come to your school. I will run workshops with your teachers. And we will give them, you will see there's a file here with all the worksheets that they would need for those subjects that they teach. And the teachers can use those. There's no cost to any of those. Use that in the classroom to what we call flip the classroom, so that the learners start taking more and more responsibilities. So ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a little bit of a background, I thank you for your attention. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Selwyn Iverson. We had this project in April of this year, vision on understanding what the future of education is. In that they funded the second time around 1,000 tablets that you're getting here for this project. And I'm sure Mr. Naidu will share with you a little more about it. But we cannot drive this. We cannot do anything. We might have a wonderful app that speaks to everything that they need, but we couldn't do it and couldn't bring it here without you today. So we're incredibly grateful to Peter and you, Mr. Naidu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for those wise words. And thank you, Dr. Kosia, for that inspiring story as well. Let me acknowledge the presence of teacher number 1, Dr. Nonda, all senior officials from the circuit, as well as many of the principals that are here today, many of whom I know. Great to see you guys, and the team from iWhiz, as well as the learners that are present here today. I think you need a great moment to come here today. Especially since my roots are here, by the way. So every time I drive into stanger and into the district itself, I really get a sense of connecting. And when I see some of the bridges, and some of the trees, some of the rivers, I tend to recall some of the things we did in this area. So it really touches me, and not all the recollections are good things. We did a lot of naughty things here. But I think if I could do that, I think I would have achieved what I came with. Okay. And let me start by saying that I think the time has come for us to be disruptive. Yes, as school kids, we are not encouraged to be disruptive. But I think the time has come for us now to be disruptive in the way we think. Okay. Because really we face a bleak future. We face a bleak future in that change is happening so fast and so significantly. And unless the pace of learning does not keep up with the pace of change, then I think a lot of our initiatives are kind of doomed. So hence I think this is critical for us to adjust our learning environment so that we're able to keep up with the pace of change. And from a CETA perspective, I think most of your colleagues are responsible in the domain of teaching and learning. But my focus area as an entity is to focus on doing. So I will show you examples of how the cheetah is doing a whole lot of things. At the end of the day, we want to improve the quality of life, as one of the speakers said. That's what it's all about. We want to improve the quality of life. So we are cheetah with the Chemical Industries Education and Training Authority. We are one of 21 CETAs, but our focus area is to develop the chemical sector by focusing on human capital development. So that's what our focus area is. And we are governed by 2 pieces of legislation, predominantly, which is number 1, the Skills Development Act, as well as the Skills Development Legislation. Okay. So, and we have quite a few subsectors. Just to give you a feel for the subsectors, which are the petroleum subsector, the pharmaceutical subsector, fertilizer, explosive industry, glass, fast-moving consumable goods, specialty chemicals. So all of those companies pay skills development levy to the chemical sector. Just to give you a sense of who some of our companies are, so we're talking about the likes of Sasol, Engine, Sapra, all of those companies in the petroleum industry. Unilever as a fast-moving consumable good company. Dulux, Aspen within the pharmaceutical industry. So those are some of our companies that pay the levies and contribute towards our revenue. So in terms of the Skills Development Levies Act, any company, any registered company that has a payroll over 500,000 rand are compelled to pay a skills development levy of 1%. So 1% of the levy gets taken off by the receiver of revenue